Well, after a wonderful time at Granity, we're going to head down and follow along the Tasman Sea. So we're going to head down to Punakaki, been there before, can't wait to get there. Head down through Greymouth, that section of road is fantastic. Go into Hokitika, probably won't do much in there, but continue on down to Lake Lonthi and Franz Josef and Fox Glacier. This is some of the best riding in a lot of New Zealand. This is a section that is just well worth doing. As you can see, it's stunning, stunning, stunning. Fox, chopper cancelled. Alrighty, let's get into the ride. Let's head south, and it is a damn good ride. Really enjoyed this day. Awesome twisty roads, coastal views, Punakaki rocks, Hokitika, down to the glaciers. What a great day. Anyway, here it is in about 15 minutes. Well, look at that. That's just too good to pass up for a morning tea stop. So that's what we're going to do. Take off the panniers and chill out here. Enjoy that amazing view. Have a few snacks and a bit of a coffee. It was fantastic. Yeah, just pulled up for a quick morning tea. So we're going to go into the Punakaki rock and blowholes on the west coast. Now it's basically noted to go to Dolomite Point, opposite the tourist village. Now basically it's limestone, it's been uplifted, eroded, and then it's had a combination of the karst erosion and chemically eroding through the action of water flowing in the joints and caverns, and of course the coastal erosion collapsing all those caves. So it's a very heavily eroded formation, basically formed 22 to 30 million years ago, when most of Zealandia, as it was known, was beneath the sea. These limestone rocks formed on the seafloor and the warm coastal borders, and there was a great profusion of marine organisms. Those died. They settled on the floor with all the sand and the mud. This shell debris accumulates, and eventually it forms like a thick deposit of pretty much pure calcium carbonate. Awesome spot, guys, really worth a look. Of course we had to stop in Greymouth for lunch and a few beers. Why not? Why not? So just passing into Hokitika, which is famous for its panaumu, or greenstone. Also it's whitebait, but it was founded as a gold mine in town back in the gold rush days. We'll probably just stop and have a quick bit to eat and keep moving on. Oh, this really is a motorcycling road. It's pretty hard not to enjoy this ride. We had patches of rain, patches of dry, spectacular forest country. A lot of cyclists out on the road, and believe it or not, as green as it looks, it does change a lot. The scenery is constantly changing. So always keep an eye on that road for mosses. Try not to hang over the centre line. But in all, the roads are in really good condition. I'm very impressed. Very impressed. Yeah, so the lake is basically a large body of open water with quite a few slopes around of the Potocarp forest. There's heaps of large flax swamps, and it's actually the largest population of the great crested grebe, which is basically an endangered species. It's a depression formed by a former glacial trough, and then it's surrounded by three sides by a moraine. It's a beautiful lake. It's got a maximum depth of about 32 metres, but most of it, or probably a bit over half, it's only about 6 metres deep. Oh, fantastic. We're coming into Franz Josef Glacier, a town that we love. We're hoping we can get up in a chopper or something, and when we arrive, the weather is pretty good for that. So we sit down and have a beer and some food, and we book ourselves a chopper. But things don't go to plan. Well, as is custom on these bike rides, we need to pull in and have a beer. Of course we do.
What are you doing, Bob?
Just having a beer, checking the maps. Well, we've booked a flight and we've decided for the afternoon we'll head down and do a bit of a walk just up to the Franz Josef Glacier walk. So we just ride out across the bridge, turn left and head up into the walk there. As it turns out, the weather turns foul on us and we head back down to our accommodation, and it looks like the helicopter flight will be cancelled. Where you ride? You're going to ride up there, you reckon? Up into there?
Starting to rain. Oh, wow, wow. Look at that. Who needs a helicopter? What are you doing in here?
Made it Fox. Chopper cancelled. All good. Last time I was here, I walked up it. So the glacier has retreated quite a lot, but that is nature. We get at least see the glacier today. Yeah. I didn't even see that.
You can see it when it's high, but down there it's fine.
Cool. You look like models. There's the glacier. 10-minute easy walk up here, they said. With motorbike gear, it's a little more difficult, eh? It's only about a 10-minute walk, but coming up the hill with your helmet, your jacket, what do you reckon, Shona?
Much easier now, taking my jacket off.
Oh, we're just up there now, so we're going up to the little sentinel. We've had a look at the glacier view, so see what this one looks like, eh? Alright, we've had a damn good time having that walk there, so we've got to head down to Fox Glacier, and pretty quick, as soon as we get out of Fox Glacier, we get some pretty shocking weather. So some of this footage is basically one of our runs between the two towns when we didn't have a lot of rain. We just could not film in the rain. It was just too dangerous, too slippery. But the road between Franz Josef to Fox Glacier, oh, I could go back and forth on that thing every day. It was superb. as you can see here in one of our dry runs. Pretty much this whole trip we've just been doing it on a whim. So with Fox Glacier, we could not get accommodation anywhere around Franz Josef, so we ended up in a bit of a dive. We're not going to say too much about it, but it was a bit of a dump. But we needed somewhere dry, and we really got wet. I mean, really got wet on that ride. It was quite an horrific ride. Well, as we mentioned, we couldn't film on that wet ride, but here we are after it. That was a pretty hectic, nerve-wracking, blind ride from Franz Josef to Fox Glacier. It was almost hailing. Coming into 25k, 15k corners. Yeah, a little hairy, and they've got these metal categories on the road in the front. Went whoop! Anyway, let's see how much water's in me. Yeah, what a shitty ride that was. Anyway, we need some dinner and we need to try and get everything dry. Look at it, we're in our room, we've got these cocks trying to get in here. Piss off, you cocks. Get out of here. I don't know, cock-a-doodle-doo. Get out of here. Right, so we're back from our wet event. And I can't show you what I'm wearing right now, because if I do, well, let's just not show you what I'm wearing right now. Oh, lucky. I've been on a wet ride. Everything's wet. Everything's hanging up. Everything's trying to dry. These are the lengths you go to. The little heater blowing on here. Another heater over here. And this is our, we'll call it our shitty room, eh? It's cost us quite a bit of money. What are we paying here? About $160 or something? About $350 for 2 nights, and honestly, substandard. Anyway, I'm going to enjoy one of those.
One way to get things dry.
The old hairdryer hotel trick. These are the methods you go to as a bike rider. When you've got the tools, you use them. But don't overheat the hairdryer, just be careful. But get your clothes dry, get your gloves dry. At least when you start, it'll be nice for the morning. Finally the rain breaks, time to chill, and we'll go for a short ride out towards Lake Matheson. Oh, finally some good weather. This does not do justice to what I can see. Nowhere near it. Well, after that wet ride back into the glacier country, we go out and go for a short ride, check out a bit of a lookout, a bit of the scenery, and then we go out for a marvellous dinner. Absolutely delicious. Probably one of the highlight meals of our entire trip in the South Island of New Zealand. So after enjoying those views from out near Lake Matheson, we head in for a quick dinner, and it's raining, to Betsy Jane Restaurant, Eatery and Bar with good beer and outside dining as well. It's a really awesome little spot. Next morning, as we promised yesterday, we hit the Cafe Neve before we head south towards Wanaka. So fantastic little breakfast in there. And great weather. Not for long though. Well, next video will be when we leave and we head south for Wanaka. And the weather's not looking good at all, but we're getting used to that. So anyway, hope you enjoyed. Hope you enjoy our memories. And we do some pretty good stuff, but the riding is phenomenal. Oh, but I'm really looking forward to tomorrow, the squirt down to Wanaka. Absolutely love it, but it's gonna be wet.